Midway through the June 15 turn, the Allies grabbed the initiative and conducted a couple operations. They're running low on supply. They actually have low ammo markers under all of these guys for this attack, but they destroyed the Japanese garrison in the background, again at a cost of a unit and a lot of supply. It's hard to tell whether these things are worthwhile, but ground is what's important in the game, and cutting off these units might also have a bigger payoff. They also pushed down further into the valley and knocked out a couple more Japanese units, including some artillery. They're really threatening Kalena here. Kalewa is one of the kind of minor victory point objectives in the game. Over on the Chinese front, they went forward another hex as well. Again, a huge cost in supply, and well, we're seeing that they're almost connected to the Chindet city. Of course, that city's down to 2 units now, so it may not hold out. Top of the June 22nd turn in Burma. The rains are continuing, still mud on the ground, planes are still restricted. It's mainly been a pass of a turn. Nothing much moving along this front. The Japanese are starting to pull the 31st Division out, move it along the road, get it maybe into a position where it can help clear that railway finally, maybe. Who knows? Low supplies everywhere. Japanese didn't get any extra supplies this turn, didn't get any extra anything. And trade-off down here, Chinese lost 2 units, including their last armor. The Japanese took a casualty as an option, actually, in order to hold that position, because they lose the railway. If they lose that position, they can no longer connect. Push the road a little further, but overall the American-Chinese side is out of supplies. The British are out of supplies. Nobody can go forward at this point unless they start getting some better rolls. Halfway through the 22nd, the weather cleared and the Allies pushed for the initiative. They got a damn good supply roll, something like 7 supply points. They cleared the Japanese off of this side of the Chindwit, except for what's left of the 31st. They push all the way down to here, cutting another unit off, which is going to have to struggle to find its way home, and really threatening this. There's nothing there, basically. Those are the only combat units left. Over on the Chinese front, they pretty much smashed the remaining defenses out of place. It's still staying there, it's just taking losses. Those are artillery units again, just trying to slow the inevitable down. Top of the June 26th turn, the Japanese are pulling back to defend what's vital to them and try to survive. They're not going to be able to pull off a victory of any kind unless this thing comes hurling back over the mountains in a surprise move after those guys leave the road. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Continued bombardment of the Chindits, not getting anywhere. Pulled back against the Chinese, opening the way to the Chindits to supply them. Pretty much have given up on trying to defend that. But I am moving supplies into place to try to defend the route into whatever this thing is. It's supposedly pretty much the game. Mitikima. That's worth like 20 victory points. So if the Japanese can hold that, which looks pretty impossible, but if they can, I mean, you know, the monsoon could show up at any time. Then they still have a chance of winning, I believe, because they're also holding a couple other key locations. So basically they're hoping for the weather. 1st of July at Burma, and the rains have started again. The British pulled their motorized unit down off the mountains, mainly to get it in supply, and they've got a whole chain. They've got the headquarters now for the Corps up here. They're basically focusing also on the 1 victory point area that they can reach down here. There were exciting thoughts of trying to bag the 31st Division by cutting it off out of supply, but trying to deal with getting supplies for the non-Japanese units across those trails is just hell. So I chose not to do that. Nothing changing on the Chindits. They're due to kind of fall apart, so it's probably not worth my time to try to make them survive. I'm actually pulling trying to pull their supplies out. Not so much for the supplies as for the donkeys involved, although the supplies could be very valuable too. And the American and Chinese, well, mainly Chinese at this point, have pushed on another town. It looks like the main siege of Midikiana is going to be taking place very shortly. Rain started again. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah. All right, we'll go to the next one.